Welcome to this edition of In the Know Online. I'm Angel, your host. They're beautiful, aren't they? We're here in the tropical rainforest pyramid at Moody Gardens in Galveston, Texas. We're actually in Galveston to interview Connie Porter of the Avenue O Bed and Breakfast. But when you're in Galveston, you definitely want to visit Moody Gardens.
Fresh and alive are two words that apply to the lush tropical setting of the rainforest pyramid. Wildlife is everywhere in this tropical habitat, from fish to birds to some other very interesting creatures.
We're here in the tropical pyramid at Moody Gardens, and we're talking with Kat. She's a biologist here. Now, Kat, we've saw some very interesting little monkey-like creatures hanging around. What are they? They're called cotton-top tamarins. They come from South America. They are free roaming here in the rainforest at Moody Gardens, and they actually can range through our African section, our South American section, our Asian section, and right now we're staying in the Asian section of the rainforest. When you come to Moody Gardens, you're going to really enjoy this. This is just one of 3 pyramids that they have here.
The aquarium pyramid is home to penguins. View them playing in their natural, simulated habitat. And then there's the amazing fish. Including sharks. Walk through a tunnel that surrounds you with all kinds of sea life living in perfect harmony with one another. Next, we're going to walk into a world of music in the Discovery Pyramid. Try out your favorite song at Discovery Karaoke, or you can actually play a piano with your feet. When you're finished playing inside, put on your swimsuit and head to Palm Beach. Just like a real tropical beach, Moody Gardens has created crystal blue waters to romp in. Oh, and the sand? It's really from Palm Beach. If swimming isn't your thing, troll the Old Fats Bayou on the Curdle Paddle Wheel, an authentic replica of a real 1800s paddle wheeler. For more information about Moody Gardens and its attractions, visit moodygardens.com. And if you really enjoy boating, then don't forget to visit the Alyssa while in Galveston at Pier 21. Listen to Becky Jones, a 3-year crew member, as she tells of Alyssa's amazing story.
There are 3 ships of her age here in the United States. There are a few more in the world. I think she's like the 3rd oldest in the world who still sails. And in the U.S., there's her, there's the Star of India in San Diego, and then there's another ship on the East Coast. The Star of India sails 2 days a year, and we sail at least 10 days a year. We sail late March. We train a volunteer crew. This is a product of 22,000 volunteer hours per year. There's a really cool, when you go below the mid-hold on the wall, there's a chart of where she went for the first 20 years. She was built in Aberdeen, Scotland by Alexander Holland Company, and they actually did, they're the company that designed the clipper ships, the T-clipper ships that used to sail from China to Great Britain. Now, she's not a clipper ship. She was built as a little tramp cargo ship. And but that's her lineage, is the people that knew how to build the fast ships built Alyssa. And one of the really interesting things to me, which I think probably had something to do with her still being here 130 years later, is that Henry Fowler Watt had her built, and he had 26 inspections by Lloyd's of London during her construction, when the normal amount was three inspections during construction. And he wanted her to be in a different classification, and that's what it took. And so that means that everything was really meticulously checked when she was being built, and she made it through this far. She was found in Piraeus, Greece, by a marine archaeologist named Peter Throckmorton. He was going in and out of Greece in his own little schooner. They think he had a schooner, but in his own boats, and he saw her. He couldn't tell that she was a sailing ship. The bow had been blunted off. There were no masts on here. There was a cargo mast. They built a superstructure back here over everything at the back, and you really couldn't tell that she was anything except by the line. You see how that back is curved, and then that nice graceful curve on out to the front. So he thought she might have been an old sailing ship, because at the time she was a motoring ship, and she was a cigarette smuggling boat between Yugoslavia and Italy. And he kept seeing her going in and out of Greece. And finally, in late 1960, she was one boat away from the iron scrapyard, because the authorities had gotten wind that they figured out what she was, and they were going to junk her because they didn't want to get caught. And he and a man named Cartum from the San Francisco Maritime Museum came up with enough cash to buy her, and then it took them a while to find another entity that would restore, because San Francisco wasn't able to get the funds they needed. The Galveston Historical Foundation was looking for a ship to restore, and one of the main criteria was she had to have called in Galveston, and Alyssa happened to have called here 2 times. Once, December 26, 1883, she came from Tampico, Mexico with a load of bananas, and left here with a load of cotton, and then she came back in 1886. They don't know what she brought, and she left with ballast.
The best apprentices were gathered to restore Alyssa back to her original sailing glory. Each apprentice was skilled in the old 18th century style of shipbuilding. It was a labor of love for many, many years. At the Texas Seaport Museum in Galveston, you can see not only Alyssa's history, but that of Galveston itself as a thriving commercial seaport before the Great Storm of 1900 wiped the island out. The story and pictures of the worst storm in U.S. history can also be seen at Pier 21. While you're there, learn how Galveston became the pirate island of Jean Lafitte.
Well, that's it from Galveston.